My name's Lisa Perschke, and I'm an Advanced Master Gardener and Advanced Master Composter for the past 14 years, and I've been asked to do an activity for you guys. So today we're going to talk about the 5-gallon bucket, and this is a composter project that you and your kids can do together, and basically all you need is 4 things. Well, 5 if you count the bucket. You need a bucket with a lid that snaps on securely, something that you can pop off when you want to add more material, and you need your carbon source, which is going to be 66% of the material that you add. So here I'm using shredded leaves, and what you're going to want to do is take some sharp scissors and cut that material up finely as possible, because the smaller your surface area is, the better it will break down, and the microbes can get in there and eat all that material and make it into humus. The other thing that you're going to need, I should say the third thing, is a green matter, which is food. Basically your waste in the kitchen. Banana peels, tea bags, coffee grounds, any kind of vegetable that you don't need and you want to discard. You should collect it in a little bin like this. They make them in different varieties, and you can store them in your garage where it's cool, or in your basement, or your refrigerator. But basically you want to be able to store it and keep it from the garbage can, because this is going to divert, going to reduce the carbon that's being released into the atmosphere that's making methane, which is worse than carbon dioxide. So you want to make sure that you save that. And you're going to do the same thing that you did with the leaves, or you can use newspaper. You want to shred that up very small. So usually what I do when I have newspaper, I shred it, long strips. And then take scissors later and cut it into smaller bits. Anytime you run out of leaves or any other plant material, you want to make sure you make it small. And again, that should be 66% of that bucket that you have. So again, you need some time to prepare your bucket. Today it took me about, I'd say 45 minutes to cut my leaves up into really small sizes, and that's going to make a successful compost bucket. You want to making sure that it's small. So cut that up. And if you have a shredder, like a paper shredder in the house, that's probably even better. Just make sure you put a bag on it. That way you can just toss it in the bucket. Make sure you don't have anything to do and you're not hurried, or you should be able to take a few days to do this. Make sure you cut up your pieces small enough so it breaks down inside the bucket. And this is your foundation. You want to make sure you get it all set up. So we had the bucket, the carbon, 66%. You got your greens, which are 33% of your bucket. Then your soil. This is one of the things that most people don't think about. The soil. Soil is like probiotics in your gut. It adds microbes to the actual container. And this is from my compost area in the back of the yard. I've been composting for years. So you don't have to have special soil unless your soil is not organic rich. rock in there. I want to put rocks in there. Make sure you add enough that's going to inoculate your bucket. So don't be stingy. Make sure you add enough so you can get all in there. And the instructions have said 2 shovelfuls. That's probably not a bad idea. So here's my browns. I got them all shredded up and cut up in small pieces, except for this piece. And then I've added my soil. Now I got my food matter, and I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to cut it up. Try to get rid of the stickers on your produce if you can. You don't want those in there. But the smaller the surface area, the better for your compost and your microbes in there. Make sure you get it all in there. And eggshells, smash them up. And here I've got pineapple. Cut that up real fine. Kind of smells like wine. It's been sitting in here for a few days. It's starting to ferment, so it's not bad. It's good stuff. And if you are like me and you have a lot of vegetable scraps, you probably want to make a few 5-gallon bucket systems because you're going to probably run out of room by the end of the year. So you want to probably prepare a few of them if you can. What I like to do is run, like I said, run over the leaves with a mulching lawnmower and take my 65-gallon Rubbermaid garbage can with a snap-on lid and fill it up with all the shredded leaves I can, probably about 80% full. And then throw all my dirt in there and water it down like a wet sponge. And that's the 5th thing that you're going to need is water. That's another thing that a lot of people don't realize they need when they do a compost. Then you need water because microbes need to move around in there. And they need to get through the layers of the whole compost bin. And you got to mix it up and add air. And air is another one. You don't want to leave it closed and just sitting and getting gross. You need to add air. And so because we eat a lot of vegetables and fruit, we have a lot of fruit scraps and vegetable scraps, I'm opening this thing at least 5 times a week. And adding material to it. And you can use garden gloves or Rubbermaid gloves if you are grossed out by touching food and dirt. I don't care. I just get in it and get done. Have some strawberry. See, you can tell that some of this food matter has actually got white frill or fibers on it, which is good. That means that it's fermenting and has mycelium in it. That is very good. It's actually fermenting again in the compost bin. When it turns green, that's not good, so we don't want green. And there's a little bit of, we call it tea, which I'm going to throw in here too. That'll inoculate that. I also have this really tough pineapple top. I'm going to try to cut it up as best as I can. And you know, these things are pretty tough, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it off. This will go in my outdoor bin. I've got one in the back here. So there is some limitation to what you can put in the bucket because you have to cut it up small. So if you can't cut it, put it in your outdoor bin. And again, this is some pineapple and banana peels, strawberries, eggs. eggshells, make them kind of small, cut up apples that are mushified, and And here's a close-up of that bucket so you can see it's all broken down really small and soil mixed in there with all the food matter. You kind of get an idea about is this one right here. So it has a snap-on lid. And you can snap it down. And it doesn't have to be clean in the sense of dirtiness, but you don't want any kind of chemicals or toxins when you make one of these bins because you want the microbes to be safe